Okay, I just put my, whatever you call that, my burn through laser block thing up here, and it's just right there on top of my old spoil board. And then I've just shot some pin nails in plywood to keep it held in place so it'll stay there. And now I'm going to mount my laser and get her going. Alright, I centered my bit on my center of my piece. Then I put my gauge in there, set my height, and I'm ready to burn. So we'll turn on the air assist. And I just crank it. And if I want to see where everything's at, I'm going to go ahead and there we go. There's the height above that, which is almost a 1/4 inch, but it's I just used the gauge. It's not quite a 1/4 inch. Okay. Load up the USB device, and it's called Cam Clamp Lasered Laser Cut. Next, do not use 0. And I'm gonna put on my glasses. Turn on the old dust collector. It will get smoky. And there it is up there. Put my lanyard around my neck. And click start. And it says put on your laser. Here we go. It's going to cut out 3 cams. Basically, I have my power set at 90% or 100%, and then my move speed set at 10. So we'll let this thing cook, and I can see smoke coming out of the bottom of it. And sometimes when I'm using mine, the shark has got the speed override. I'm going to go ahead and close that down so the smoke is outside. And when I do that, it sucks in here right here, and it takes it all outside. So that was the main reason when I got the laser hooked up to this thing here, the back side there. And then of course it takes it into the, drops it in the dust deputy. And I was always kind of wondering about sparks, but the vacuum is so far away from the the head that it's just basically taking the dust and the fumes out. And then of course I vacuum this out with my shop vac. But anyway, fighting a cold today, so a little hoarse. But anyway, I'll get back to that here in a minute, and we'll see how it is. And we'll see how it does on cutting that out. Alright, let's turn off the dust collector, or the dust extractor. Okay, I've got this mounted, and everything's in this corner, and then this piece of plywood fits in this corner. So if I lift this up, I can put it right back exactly where I found it. So let's lift it up and see where it's at as far as the burn went. And this thing had 3 minutes and 51 seconds on it. And there it is, burnt through. Let's look it up as far as sunshine. Yeah, you can see the holes in it, and it's pretty well burnt. I could probably punch it out and then lightly sand it. I'll try that on that one and see how it goes. Alright, I just put my hands on there, and they didn't act like they were going to come out of there very easy. So what I did is I just put the thing back down in there. I moved my speed down to 80%, and we'll just see what she burns out on the first one here. So don't have to go 3.5 minutes. I'll just watch it, and we'll see what it does there. So as it goes around, I need to turn on the shop vac. Don't want to smell a little smoke. And I have not used this for cutting per se. I did cut some leather with it. I can generally cut faster with the CNC with a 1/8 inch bit. And I mean, you know, there's just no playing with that. But I will say that you know, cutting that leather out was really nice, because it just cut right through it like butter and worked out good. This is that sawbuck thing I'm working on. Got a coat of enamel. I'm gonna lightly sand it so it's smooth, and assemble another saw. And these are the two sides. This is the windlass, and that's the cross brace. I just used a dialing jig to make that together. Some cotton string, a couple 1-inch bolts, 1/4 inch with a nylon lock butt. I priced brass. The brass is gonna be twice as high, and they're gifts, so you know I'm just trying to keep it as cheap as I can. And this is the blade that goes in them, and the package of blades went. They come in a pack like this for 20. Good bargain, I thought. And anyway, they're individually paper wrapped, and I should be able to make 20 bow saws, 20 buck saws. And then this is the buck saw in walnut form, and there's your windlass. It's all put together, and my wife has just showed up, so let me get unloaded. Alright, let me turn off that fan. And let's have a look. I can tell that it's cut through just by the way it's dropped down in there. Let me go ahead and just lift it out of there. And yeah, so that worked out pretty good. I did my speed override at 80%, just ran it twice. And that one right there is fairly good. But there you go, 3.5 minutes. It took about 6 minutes to get it running. And there's my holes in there. These are my cam action clamps. I do, you know, I don't know how long the 1/8 inch bit takes, but it don't take very long to cut those out. And so I generally will use some of my scrap to do that with. But anyway, there's the setting, and it cut it out just fine. Now I will say that the laser puts really coolness to stuff, and the cutting out along the sides of it, you know, they get your hands black. So when I look at my cams, they're, you know, they're pretty neat, but you got to wipe them off with some denatured alcohol, you know, to get them clean, because they will get your hands all black from the burning through. So that's kind of one of the banes of the lasering. But hey, it didn't really create much sawdust, and there was almost no waste, and they worked out pretty good. So I'm gonna get busy and upload this to and get it done and get this together and sanded.